Hi everyone, I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the healers, and the light bringers of this world to live their most magical life. So if that's you and you're watching on the replay on my YouTube channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button below with the bell so you can get notifications for all the videos that I'm sharing here on this channel. We're going to dive into this week's energy. What do you need to know? How can you best navigate this week? And what can we expect with this energy? I am going live quite a bit early today. I am really excited. I have a female entrepreneur event later on today, so I'm excited to connect with those ladies. For those of you who are local, shout out to Bell's Country Coffee, to Jillian for throwing the event. I'm really excited to be invited and to connect with some of these amazing ladies that are going to be there. So I am doing this video early. Before we dive into the energy, I want to, hi Colleen, nice to see you here. I wanted to just highlight that my membership site is officially launched. It is up and running, and lots of people have signed up, and it's been a really fun thing to be able to share with all of you. And again, it's going to be this place where month after month there is new content, and new content being released throughout the month as well. And so what my intention is to really create a resource for all of you to, like, as you're in a place where you're needing something, or you're just wanting to learn something new, or you're needing like an energy session or energy transmission or a meditation, or you're looking for some clarity on things, that there will be all of these resources for you to pull from, and for you to be able to take that, create that uniquely to you, and make that into something that helps you to continue to develop and grow in every way: personal development, metaphysical development, intuition development, and spiritual development. So it's going to really incorporate all of those things. So I let me know, for those of you in comments who are subscribers, what you think so far, and what you're loving about that. I would love to hear from you and what you'd like to see more of. I definitely am going to be doing a lot of the like energy sessions, energy transmissions, because I had a lot of people really respond positively to the full moon one that I did. And that's really what I want to help people to do. That's a huge piece of it, is to be able to receive these energies and open to these energies and these energy transmissions in a way that is beyond what I can do on a one-on-one basis with people here in my office. So I really wanted to be able to expand upon that and to help more people. So it is $9.99 a month. You can check it out, and you can learn everything you want to learn about it at claritybychristy.com, or you can check it out on my regular website as well, and that's discoveryourawakening.com. All right, so we're going to dive into this energy because I really am feeling a shift. We are going through such an important time. Our planet is ascending, and there is a lot of shifting that's happening for us now. And because of this, we are all experiencing a lot of ascension symptoms. So if you're not familiar with ascension symptoms, you can look that up. But it's a lot, everybody experiences this differently. A lot of us are feeling maybe physically worn out, or just like we're needing more sleep. Or some people are feeling the opposite. They're feeling very energized, and you may be feeling a lot of pressure. We've had a lot of these big energy surges coming onto the planet, and it's really impacting people's sinuses and our third eye here in the forehead, and headaches, and just all kinds of things that people are experiencing. I know for me, a big one is like fluttering in my heart chakra, and the planet is just, quite frankly, rapidly ascending, okay? And it's really exciting stuff, because we've been talking about planetary ascension for a long time, but we're actually seeing it. We're able to measure it. We're looking at, I've talked about this in my videos before, the Schumann resonance, which is measuring the heartbeat of the earth, and we're seeing these huge surges that are coming onto the planet, and it's like happening so quickly now since 2017, but specifically in the past couple of weeks, there have been some huge surges. So a lot is happening. And what this is doing is it is going to bring about huge, huge changes here on earth. And this is going to take some time, right? We're not going to wake up tomorrow and things will be completely different, but we are going to be seeing, you know, systems falling, things shifting. We're working toward having a more loving collective. We're working toward becoming divine love, and we're working toward coming together. And there's been a lot of energy that we've been working through in terms of things that have been dividing us, right? But we're working toward coming together and learning how to love each other even if we disagree. Okay, so this is something that we really need to be focusing on. This is a standard that we ideally should be holding ourselves to, is to really focus on how do I hold people in love, whether I agree with them or not, whether I think that they are a good person or not, especially if I don't think that they're a good person, because quite frankly, people who are hurting need light, need love more than other people. And that doesn't mean that we don't love from afar. I always say that, you know, it's not always ideal for our own personal vibration to allow ourselves to stay within certain connections in our life. It's okay and important to have boundaries and to understand that if we haven't been well taken care of, or people haven't respected our boundaries or respected our light, that it's important that we not continue to engage in that, but we can still love from afar. We can still hold everyone in light, because again, these are typically the people who need that the most. So we're working toward that, but what I'm ultimately being shown is that this is really shifting the way that we're manifesting. Okay, the way that we are creating things here on this earth. Because if you didn't already know, you are a powerful co-creator here on this earth. And there's a real emphasis now on the co-creation aspect of this. So what I mean by that is, like, there's going to be, and there is already, this real shift out of manifesting from our ego. You know, we can create our experience and we can create amazing things for ourselves, but I think what we are now and soon to be defining as amazing will look different. Okay, so what I mean is, you can manifest exactly the car that you would like to have, and that's an amazing thing, and you can do that, and that's part of the experience. And I don't say this with any kind of judgment, because I've manifested cars that I like too, right? So it's not that we aren't going to be able to do that, but I think that what we're going to be called to do, and what we're starting to be called to do, and this is the energy we've shifted into now, and we're starting with, is to aim higher with our manifestations. Our focus is going to be less focused on coming from that place of ego and self, okay? We're shifting away from that, and we're really going to be focusing on what is best for my highest and best good, but also what is best for the highest and best good of the collective. And so you may find that you're feeling blocked with particular manifestations in your life. And so part of what I'm feeling is that we are maybe blocking ourselves by way of ego, or blocking ourselves by way of wanting to really force that. Okay. I'm the first to admit that, like, there are times in my life that I have had absolute temper tantrums with myself when things weren't manifesting the way that I believe that they should be. And so what we want to really be focusing on is this idea of, yes, I'm going to put out there what it is that I would like to manifest in my life. I'm going to put my order in with the universe. But then I'm really learning how to trust in my higher power. I'm learning how to trust that what is meant for me will come to me. What is meant for me will never pass me by. And so I'm going to, this is my manifestation strategy that I suggest a lot, is that people set it and forget it, right? That we set the intentions and then we release that, and we trust it to flow into our experience in exactly the right timing. And I talk about this all the time, but I feel like there's a real shift away from forcing it, from trying to control it, or there's a message that we really need to be shifting away from that, right? We don't want to be having temper tantrums with the universe right now, as much as we can become emotional, as much as we can become frustrated, because ideally what we have to do is trust that there is something so much greater than us that is guiding this entire process and is going to allow the things that are meant for us to happen in exactly the right timing. And maybe there's a bigger purpose to why something isn't happening. Maybe there is something bigger, a bigger picture here. Maybe what you're manifesting isn't aiming quite high enough, right? I always say that we have this vision for ourselves and God always has a bigger vision. Okay, so maybe what you're truly manifesting is something so much greater than you can even imagine for yourself. And this is very much this energy. And so if we're stuck on, that's not manifesting, I want this, I want that, and we're really letting ourselves go into the lower vibrational emotion of that and spending a lot of time in that, have your feelings, that's okay. We want to honor those feelings, but we don't want to stay in that, because we want to shift back into trust and flow and allowing what wants to come into our experience. Because if we're focusing on forcing things right now, if we're focusing on controlling things, it's really creating a block to the very things that we want to have happen. So, we really have to trust in this bigger picture of things. We have to trust in our guidance system and what we are being guided to now manifest, and understand that that may look different from what that has looked like in the past. Again, we're starting to aim higher. We're starting to recognize that we want to start to think about purpose and the collective and being of service in a lot of ways. And so it's a really great question to be asking, how can I be of service right now? Please show me how I can be of service right now. And that's a really great way to work with this energy. And the other piece of it is, like, when you're wanting to manifest something, hold the energy of that as often as you possibly can, as though it's already coming. So rather than focusing on, I'm trying to control this, I want to control this, I want this to happen, why isn't this happening, I'm having a temper tantrum over this, I'm freaking out over this, I'm really anxious over this, rather than that, I'm excited because I know that it's coming. I keep talking about in these videos, we need to stay in our knowing. We need to honor that knowing, that knows that there are things that are coming our way. And again, you might not have a whole lot of physical evidence just yet that that's coming, but there's a knowing, and there's a knowing that's building and growing and developing, and it's helping us to become aware of, what do we really want? What do we really want to manifest? What do we really want to be putting our time and our energy into? There's also an energy of making sure that we're not settling. We don't want to settle. We have to understand that we are sovereign and that we are powerful. And it's so important for us to aim higher in our manifestations and ask for more. Again, like, it's so important that we're setting boundaries and that we're saying there are just certain things that I'm no longer willing to tolerate in my experience. I'm not going to do my life this way anymore, right? And this is now what I'm asking for. This is now what I'm seeking, and I'm aiming higher. I'm seeking something that is so much more purposeful and so much more meaningful for my life. So I really see that. I think that flow is really key. I think that we need to be mindful of the truth that's coming to the surface for us. Maybe some things that we thought that we wanted are no longer aligned for us. And can we be honest with ourselves about that? And so there's a lot happening, but I think what you want to take away from is, like, asking yourself again, what is it that you're really wanting? What is it that you're really manifesting? And, how much of your thoughts, your energy, your attention are being put on frustration or anger or anxiety around things not manifesting? And can we shift ourselves into just flowing with what is coming in and trusting that when our knowing is showing us that something is coming in, and it will come in the right timing. So this is a really great time for us to focus on self-care, to focus on just doing all the things that help us to feel in flow, that help us to feel good. This is much more of a time to be receptive rather than taking a lot of actions, although we are going to find ourselves being shown a lot of inspired actions right now. So you want to be taking inspired action, not controlling. These are two very different energies, okay? So I know like that's a lot, but my point is that this is really shifting. We are stepping into a different energy in terms of manifestation, and this is going to become more and more clear. So pay attention to the truth that's coming through. Pay attention to what you're being shown, what you're being guided. I think that our intuition is showing us every step of the way. So just really paying attention and focusing on this flow. And I think also focusing on connecting with each other, right? We're moving into a period where ultimately we're all going to be so much more connected, and we're going to be sharing so much more loving energy with one another. We're not there yet, but we're moving in that direction. So let me show you the cards that I pulled for us today. So we have the Wheel card reversed, okay? So this is really saying to me that we're preparing for this shift. We're preparing to enter into a new phase. So this is coming, this is happening, and I think that when this moves forward, it's going to feel a little bit lighter, but right now we're just in that transition of preparing for things to shift. And I think, you know, even here in this next month, we're going to see a lot of that shifting coming in. We're going to really feel that energy feeling a bit differently. We are, with this 8 of Water, starting out on a journey to search for a more meaningful life. There is a spiritual, emotional, personal growth that is happening for us. And we're no longer going to be happy with surface level stuff. You know, we want to go deeper. We want to have more meaningful connections. We want to have more meaningful conversations. We want to learn and grow and develop. And so, yes, this is happening this week, but this is very much connected to this phase that we're shifting into. We have the King of Earth, okay? So know that when you can not force, when you cannot control, that those things that you are putting your energy into, your time into, are going to pay off, are going to really work out very well for you. This is my Midas touch card. This is about success and growth and us flourishing. And so I see things coming through even this week that are going to begin to show us of this direction that we're moving in, this path that we're moving in, and this understanding that we are so supported all the time by our higher power and by our spirit team. There's so much happening for us. We are stepping out of, with this ego card, this ego-focused time, you know? And we're human. We have ego, and that's not going to go away, and that's not even the purpose, is to completely release ego, right? But I think that we are understanding, and we're shifting into a time where we will be much more focused on the collective and understanding that I am you and you are me, and that we are all one together. So we're going to begin to shift into this time where we really understand that concept in a whole new level. And there is a death of ego that's happening in some ways for so many of us. So that feels uncomfortable. That's difficult. We have a lot of our stuff being put in our face right now. To force us to do this shadow work, to force us to understand, to force us to go deeper, right? Then we cannot stay on the surface level and connect with joy and connect with peace. It just isn't truly going to happen. You know, it's like, you know, it makes me think about like how we think I'll be happy if, right? And, you know, if I get this thing, I will be happy. And then we get that thing and we don't feel happy, because that wish, that want is really coming from that ego place. And we want to, again, keep focusing more on like, what does my soul need? What does the collective need? And really be aiming higher with that. And then we have the Ace of Fire. So I do see opportunity coming through, right? Those of us waiting on opportunities, those of us waiting on important things to come in, I see some amazing things happening here. And this is like a life-changing opportunity, maybe in connection with work, maybe in connection with what you're putting your time and your energy into, something coming in, a fresh new energy in the work that you're doing. So there's a beautiful shift that's happening here. And then we have the King of Fire reverse. So this is really saying to me, amazing things are coming our way, but can we be in a little bit more of this yin state where we are allowing things to flow, where we are not so focused on taking too much action. And again, inspired action, we need to take action. We need to be doing the thing. So I'm not saying don't take action, but I'm saying don't take action from that place of control or from a place of trying to force something, because you will block the very things that you are wanting to manifest. And we really want to just be open and receptive right now. This is so key. This is so important. I've been doing some email tarot readings, and I feel like that message has come up again and again and again with people, and that's because it's a collective message. And the last card that we have here is the Truth card. Okay, we're connecting with our truth. We are understanding truths on a whole new level that maybe we didn't understand before. There's a real development. There's a real shift that has happened for us this week. And maybe you guys feel it. Maybe not yet, but things are happening. Things are changing. And I'm really excited to watch the direction of where we move as a collective. It's really beautiful. And that's going to be helping us all as a collective and helping us all individually as well. So those are your messages for this week. Thank you guys so much for checking my video out. If this video connects for you, it's always helpful for you to like it, for you to share it, for you to comment, whatever you feel called to do. Tag somebody below that you know maybe would connect with this, or share it with them. So if you guys want to learn more about me or about clarity, you can check me out at discoveryawakening.com. I will see you guys soon with another video. Take care, guys.